From the man behind the COVID lockdowns to the people pushing dangerous gender ideologies onto the youth of America, they all have a glaring thing in common. They are Catholic. I venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother. My teammate's girlfriend says, familiarity breeds contempt.
Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of Viral. I'm your host as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on Viral as we talk about Harrison Butker of the Kansas City Chiefs. He's a football player, a punter. He said some controversial remarks at a commencement speech that a lot of people raising eyebrows, even talking about the current president, Joe Biden. But his team, the Kansas City Chiefs, visited the White House as they were acknowledged by the White House for the win the Super Bowl. And a lot of controversy as he had attended, but we'll get to it in a minute. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Viral here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. As we talk about Harrison Butker. Who is Harrison Butker? He's a Kansas City Chiefs football player, and he's a punt kicker. And Harrison Butker made some controversial remarks at a commencement speech that raised a lot of eyebrows, even talking about President Biden. Let's take a look at what Harrison Butker had to say.
From the man behind the COVID lockdowns to the people pushing dangerous gender ideologies onto the youth of America, they all have a glaring thing in common. They are Catholic. I venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother. My teammate's girlfriend says, familiarity breeds contempt.
Chiefs beginning the first of 3 weeks of OTAs. These are voluntary organized team activities, but of course, throughout even the little bit of offseason between the NFL draft and now, there's been some controversy regarding the Kansas City Chiefs. Harrison Butker, his commencement speech address at Benedictine College, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes both commenting on their thoughts on what he said.
I talk to Harrison all the time, so I think I didn't talk to him about this. Didn't think we need to. We're a microcosm of life here. Everybody's from different areas, different religions, different races, and so we all get along. We all respect each other's opinions, and not necessarily do we go by those, but we respect everybody to have a voice. It's a great thing about America.
Patrick Mahomes said he heard most of the speech and said he's going to go by the 7 years that he's known Harrison Butker.
When you're in the locker room, there's a lot of people from a lot of different areas of life, and they have a lot of different views on everything. And we're not always going to agree, but and there's certain things that he said that I don't necessarily agree with, but I understand the person that he is, and he's trying to do whatever he can to lead people in the right direction. And that might not be the same values as I have, but at the same time, I'm going to judge him by the character that he shows every.
As you saw right there, Harrison Butker said some controversial remarks about women in the kitchen, traditional values and stuff. And he's a 90s baby, and he's thinking like that. We know some people think the way they want to think, and you free to your own opinion due to free speech, the First Amendment. But at the same time, keep your opinions to yourself. If you feel like them your values, we know he's married and stuff, but at the end of the day, do what you want and say what you will, but it's kind of make people a little bit raising eyebrows. Well, let's hear what Harrison's teammates, including Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback Super Bowl champion MVP, and Harrison's coach, Andy Reid, they got questioned about what Harrison's motives is. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
I know Harrison. I've known him for 7 years, and I judge him by the character that he shows every single day, and that's a good person. That's someone who cares about the people around him, cares about his family, and wants to make a good impact in society. When you're in the locker room, there's a lot of people from a lot of different areas of life, and they have a lot of different views on everything, and we're not always going to agree, but and there's certain things that he said that I don't necessarily agree with, but I understand the person that he is, and he's trying to do whatever he can to lead people in the right direction. And that might not be the same values as I have, but at the same time, I'm going to judge him by the character that he shows every single day. That's a great person, and we'll continue to move along and try to help build each other up to make ourselves better every single day. But at the end of the day, we're going to come together as a team, and I think that'll help out as well as eliminating those distractions outside the building as well.
The guys are good with that. They understand. I mean, they understand how things work. I mean, everybody's got their own opinion. And that's what's so great about this country. You can share those things and you work through it. And that's what guys do.
What makes the locker room so cool is you're able to have those discussions and become better and make those decisions for yourself. And so even though they're very vast, I guess, differences as far as those speeches happening at the same time. I mean, you're able to talk to guys and you get knowledge. You make your own decisions at the end of the day, and I think that's what makes this country so great. Is that you're able to get as much knowledge as you can, and then you make your own decisions. And it gets a little divisive sometimes when you get to social media and you get to outside the building. But in the building, you can have those healthy discussions and still be friends at the end of the day, even though you might not agree with exactly the same things.
I didn't talk to him about this. Didn't think we need to. We're a microcosm of life here. Everybody from different areas, different religions, different races, and so we all get along. We all respect each other's, opinions, and not necessarily do we go by those, but we respect everybody to have a voice. It's a great thing about America, man, and we're just, like I said, a microcosm of that. And I wish, my wish is that, everybody could kind of follow that. So, yeah.
No, listen, we have over 3,000 players. We have executives around the league. They have a diversity of opinions and thoughts, just like America does. I think that's something that we treasure, and that's part of, I think, ultimately what makes us as a society better. But we're not going to go much beyond that statement that we made last week.
You see Mahomes and Andy Reid saying that that's his business. That doesn't affect what they do in the football field outside of his personal life and what his personal opinions on what matter. Well, Harrison Butker didn't want to see this, but he attended the White House press thing, and we had got a first glimpse of him appearing after he said those controversial remarks about Biden. Let's hear what he had this. Let's look at the footage. House ceremony for the Chiefs. All right. All right, let's hear what you people had to say. You people had a lot to say about Harrison Bunker, about those controversial remarks he made. Let's hear what you people had to say right now.
We still assume that the Kansas City Chiefs will be visiting the White House this year in celebration of their Super Bowl victory.
So what I can say is all the team, per usual, when there is a championship team or gets invited. I don't have anything to add on their attendance or how that looks, but the team is always invited. Everyone on the team is invited. I just don't have anything beyond that.
So can you confirm, you said everyone on the team is obviously invited. Is the Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker welcome at the White House?
What I can say, you would have to obviously. What I can say is we invite the entire team, and we do that always. I don't have anything beyond that.
Given his recent comments, is he specifically welcome at this?
We invite
White
the
House?
team. We invite the team. It's an invitation that goes to the team, and so it's up to the team who comes and who doesn't come. That's the way it usually works.
Thanks, Green. Just going to take another stab at this.
First of all, I want you to understand that he was doing 28 in a 25-mile-an-hour zone, 3 miles over the limit. Secondarily, June the 4th, we are to report back to court. And if he doesn't apologize or write the letter, he's going to be incarcerated. At that point, we feel like that his rights will be violated. Alabama's in the 11th Circuit. And in the 11th Circuit, there's a plethora of cases, specifically McDonough versus Garcia, indicates that profane language to a police officer is protected speech under the Constitution of the United States of America. And it can never be used as disorderly conduct, etc. But what we have to understand here is Mr. Burks was charged with speeding. And again, 3 miles over the limit. So you understand what we're going to do is report June the 4th. And if they're incarcerated, we're going to be filing our actions in the federal court system.
Reginald, what do you hope your kids take away from this?
I don't know, man. It's hard to say what a kid gonna take from any actions like that or anything that take place with a police officer, because they always thought the police was there to protect. But now my daughter is terrified of a police. Every time somebody speak of a cop, she start crying for no reason. So I don't know. It's hard to say about kids these days, man. She's hurt.
I think about your life. I think about Reginald. I think about your life going forward in this small town. Standing up to the police, not only is a risk you might go to jail, but you're going to live there the rest of your life. Are you worried they're going to keep coming after you if you stand up to them?
No matter if I stand up or not, sir, I believe just because of the color of my skin, just like my lawyer told me, they're going to continue to harass and do whatever they can as long as we let them get away with it. That's why I'm standing up now, for maybe to make a stop to something. Put a stop to something, I hope.
You people had a lot to say, so hey, that bears the question: what does Harrison Butker get out of this? Is he being a hypocrite, even attending the president's ceremony for him and the rest of his teammates? You got to wonder how that's going to affect him down the road. So we'll keep a close eye on what's going on with that eventually. All right, thank you for watching this edition of Viral. We talk about Harrison Butker. Said the controversial remarks that landed him in the hot doo-doo. And he didn't even know where it was coming. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. Thank you for watching Viral.